I moved before I knew I moved, slapping my hands together and stripping every ounce of magic from the room in one giant drag. Dancers stumbled toward us with the force of it, and the band jangled to a halt as the bass player fell. I threw a ward around Mimi and me, protecting the bystanders if things got ugly, and isolated Brandir from the rest of his pack. He might have been a hero from the war. He might have been a direct descendant from Fenrir Varg himself. He might have come for all the girls, or maybe he'd decided to challenge the peacemaker by kidnapping Soren's goddaughter. It didn't matter. Brandir signed his death warrant the moment he touched Mimi. Magic curdled as I hexed the wolf restraining Mimi, blowing him off his feet, and threw my ward into the mirror over the bar. I sent a cascade of red sparks into the air as silence followed the shattering glass, all before Brandir even stepped in my direction. I may have grown complacent in retirement, but I could still fight. And the magic, the blessed magic, removed any hint of guilt or grief or emotion at all. Just rage. Only rage survived as a muted burn in my chest, a pressure where I clenched my jaw. Finally. Brandir snarled, "Witch!" and I whipped a killing hex at him. Mimi squealed as he raised his arm, and a charmed metal bracelet deflected the hex. I ducked the magical shrapnel and started to rethink my strategy. He had a strong witch in his pack. Fine. I dragged Mimi behind me. "Keep your back to mine. Shout if they come at us." The bouncers and other wolves shouted about the truce, but Brandir and I never looked away from each other. Power swelled around me, and I smiled. It had been too long. Battle. My heartbeat slowed and steadied. I stacked hexes in preparation, and everything. The noise, the lights, the cold clamminess of Mimi pressed against me, faded away. I tossed hexes at his feet to make him dance, and when any normal witch would have needed to pause, and Brandir lurched forward in anticipation, I winged a stunning spell and caught him full in the chest. He crashed backward into my ward, and I jumped forward to finish him off. Never turn away from the enemy until he was dead. True dead. I gathered blue death spells in my right hand, prepared to finish him off, when Mimi choked and said, "Lily!" And I turned. I swept her behind me, keeping her protected as I faced the new threat. Protect the children in Sanctuary. Keep them safe. They're the future. Safeguard them. The 3 males from Brandir's pack circled my ward, all business as they tried to reach their alpha and Mimi. One flung a handful of coins at the power glowing in a blue dome around us, but the coins bounced off as they cracked the wards. Burning sparks of magic fizzled through the air, and the crowd stampeded for the exits. The coins broke apart, too weak to really damage my spells, but it only increased my certainty that the Cold River pack had a powerful witch working with them. Saints help me if Brandir kept a basher, because even a war witch could have trouble with a basher's work. I sucked in a breath and glanced back to check on Brandir, still trying to stand. One of the 3 betas pulled a metal loop from the small of his back, and I gritted my teeth as I backed Mimi into the center of the wards. This might get a little loud. He threw the rending hoop, as the ring was officially known, and it sliced through the air. Edged in steel and charged by a powerful basher, it collided with my wards and whipped around us. Mimi blinked at me. "What will—" she started, just as my magic gave in under the hoop's relentless assault. The wards should have exploded inward, stunning me and probably killing Mimi, but I flexed and released the spell out just before they broke. The magic boomed like thunder, leveling everyone else in the bar. Enough of that. I tossed my hair back as I brought my hands together at my chest and faced the 3 wolves prone on the dirty dance floor. "Is that all you've got?" One pushed up on his elbow as blood drained from his ear. His eyes glinted gold in the flashed strobe lights of the bar as he bared pointy teeth. "No."